did forget. Never mind. Huh? Do you have good meditation? I mean, it's not so bad, is it? Huh? The way I saw it, it wasn't very bad. Sleeping on each other's shoulder, very togetherness, huh? Except when you're working, everything else together, eating together, drinking together, sleeping together, even. Like samadhi together. At least you're very united, huh? Okay. Any question?
就是怎样决定说，有时候我在决定一件事情的时候，请求内在的师傅和有时候没有答案，但是有时候是头脑的答案，还是我发生这个答案，我怎样决定呢？有时候就怎样判断？头脑的感觉还是发生这个感觉？
我也不知道哎，那是你的头脑，又不是我的头脑，你就判断这样的那个事情合不合现在情况的逻辑合不合那个道德的那个标准，合不合你自己所那个现料的喜欢做的那种方法你选那个最逻辑的嘛 ，OK。比方说你有一两样的那个疑问，然后有一两样的那种答案在头脑这样出来，你自己选的最合意的 ，OK， 最觉得有直觉嘛，我们都有直觉感哪一个直觉最好你就选那个嘛，反正我们的生活都是冒险的事我也不能跟你保险说你选那个就对了，选看嘛，不对就知道了，对也会知道是吗？ OK，
我观光的时候看到黑点，这黑点呢，好像他们天文学讲是那个黑洞。
黑点怎么变黑洞呢？
这是黑点有时候有光，有时候有黑点。
没关系，你继续看那个，继续注意它，然后等一下它会亮出来，会打开，像一个门一样。
是。这就
行。
Yeah, two questions. First, sometimes if we practice well, must feel more comfortable and easier. I think during this time, we have a human like a lazy habit and like actually karma or in the environment.
Yeah.
So must suggest how to trying to overcome this kind of things.
Continue meditation and try your best to minimize the badness in you and maximize the goodness, which is good according to your conscience and moral understanding. It's good, then you continue to do it and make it more. And whatever good for other people and good for you, at least that's good. Easy. And whatever is harmful for other people or even harmful for you, that's just some bad. So you try to minimize whatever you think is bad. Whatever the negative trace in you, minimize it. Always control yourself. Oh, this is no good. I would not do this. I should not, and I won't. You use your willpower to control your destiny. You walk in this way all the time. You don't walk that way. Okay? The bad way you try to avoid. The good way you try to walk on. That's how you minimize the karma and also help yourself. Of course, help whoever your master is. I don't know. I have to ask them.
When I'm doing the live, both sides the hair are very tight and a little bit hurt. Is that right?
Not very. You must do it casually, lovingly. Like you're missing somebody and it's like you love somebody, okay? For example, me, just a lovely person like me. Yeah, you are. Yeah. That's joke. Don't flatter my ego too much. See, for example, the kids don't know anything. Don't listen to your parents, okay? You see, when we meditate, people tend to feel very serious, and force yourself too much. And you just kind of very tense, okay? And force all the energy to concentrate on your forehead. And that's why you feel tightness and also pain. Sometimes should not do that. You see the way you're looking at me now, how when you look at your boyfriend before, husband, before he married you. After that, you don't look like long time ago. Just remember that time when you look at him adoringly, without effort, and all the love is pouring in through your eyes. That's what you should do when you meditate. You imagine, waiting for the inner master to appear, or whatever beautiful heaven that is going to offer to you. So you just look with the third eye like that, just like you look at me with the physical eye.
You don't have to really concentrate.
Don't. Frown your eyebrow like me, like this is no good. Make you old even quicker too. See the way I did? That's why I get old so quick.
And try to relax.
You just don't try to relax and you don't relax. Try to relax. Just sit, okay, like this. Nothing to do. I don't expect nothing. Like this, and instead of the physical eye, we forget about the physical eyes. We forget about the physical sensation and everything. Just use the wisdom eye to look in one. That's it. So simple. The kid can do.
Has to be the brightest point or this whole area forehead.
Just here, about an inch
only this spot.
Eyebrow. Alright? Well, that's in front of, in the middle.
I try to feel on the area above my eye.
That's good.
So the whole area is just one spot.
A little bit too big to concentrate. It's just one point, like a needle. Right in the middle. And look through that. And then you will see a small point of light, like a needle point, or like small, small like the chopstick point, or needle point. Then just look through that. And then it will enlarge, like open up and you explore yourself. Not really physically, but then you go through, a lot of scientists now discover, and they say there is a kind of, they call it joy spot, a spot of joy inside the brain, and they even locate it where it is, you know what I mean? And that's the way we look through that, We say we look forward, but actually when we close our eyes, we look inward, you know what I mean? Because at that time the space is not, there is no front, no back, no side, no left, no right anymore. It's just the spacious inside, our inner kingdom. And we look inward. And at that time, when we try to locate our, that so-called joy spot, that whatever the people name it, we call it wisdom eye, then we feel happy. We call it wisdom eye, the scientists call it, I don't know what a lot of names they call it, joy spot, and other things is what, wisdom spot, kind of memory center, whatever that was, they call a lot of names, It's good for us to also be affirmed in that way, but otherwise we don't need it, those who are less educated people, like farmers or mountain people who live a simple life, they have fantastic experience. Or like those in China or our Vietnam, they have not even seen any so-called master, just seen the messenger. And they were pure-minded, some of them, they have more experience than those people with PhD, whatever, not. Because the more we learn, the more we are complicated. We are very complicated set of beings, the city people. It's so very difficult for us to even concentrate. We concentrate and then money comes, beautiful girl comes, wow. And all kind of thing come except the Buddha. But then we just have to try more and more until all these things pass. And then the Buddha will also appear.
在睡觉的时候，可不可以单手做观音？
那什么？
睡觉的时候，就是做完个单手做观音。做右边。
知道了，不用了。不用。病的时候，我很累的时候，也许试看看。我做那个方法是最好的。
那就除了那以外，我做足了30小时以后呢，再自然有没有帮助呢？
一点点可以不过已经做足够就不需要睡着。因为我们如果谈这样子做的话，马上就睡了不好玩。
A question about how to balance the meditation and the work responsibility, because according to your teaching, we never do something, we should do it wholeheartedly. So, I mean, if we are too devoted to our job, to our work, I mean, it seems all the day you are thinking about it, even during your meditation, you are still, I mean, sometimes doing a job.
Yeah.
How to balance this meditation?
I know. Oh, you just have to try it. There's no other way. No? Try, you know. After a while, sometimes it works. Just like lottery. You know?
I mean, should we just cool down the interest to the job, or should we do something to?
You mean during meditation
Yeah.
time? No, if you have a big question about job, or problem, then of course during the meditation time, you can ask about it for a while. Think about it. Or sometimes you don't even ask, you know, it's automatically. Sometimes you have a problem and it gives you a headache and you don't know how to solve it. So you say, oh, never mind, just forget it. I need a meditation for a while. Then after your meditation or during meditation, you do have the answer. Very clear.
No, but I mean, I think every job has endless problem if they can never finish.
What?
I mean, in his job there is always problem. I mean,
In the job always problem.
yeah, and there are always things
Yeah.
to solve. And
Yeah, but whenever you cannot solve, then, you know, it will come through the meditation. You don't do it even deliberately, okay? You just try to meditate, and whatever comes will come. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come. You know, the world has 1,001 problems unsolved, but yours not the only one. Don't worry about it, okay? You're not to be a superman in this world. You make mistakes, all right.
thank you.
Just try your best. Yeah.
Hello, Master. My question is, when you meditate, for example, some people pray for something. In my understanding is, if the things you are praying is really right things, maybe when you meditate, you pray, can work out for you. But if this is something kind of like not good enough or not very good reason.
When you pray to the Master, actually, most of the time, it depends on you to make it come true. It's not the Master. Whether you want it a bad thing or you want a good thing, it will come true. Because you are the one who is responsible for your prayer. You are the one who wants it. And you know, because you are the Master too. Don't blame any other Master. You are. Okay? You know what you want and your wisdom will know it and grant it to you because you want that experience. Maybe it's a very expensive experience for you and it costs you dearly in many ways, but then if you want to learn it halfway like that, the Master will let you learn. Because Master is not a dictator sitting there telling you what to do. Just assist you to grow, to master yourself and to make the right choice in the right time. And you learn to make it sometimes by mistake, sometimes by hardship. It's alright. Nobody's there to judge you except yourself. You know, to know, okay, I know that was bad, but I still wanted it because I was weak. I wasn't strong enough to control my desire. So I take full responsibility. That's it. See what I mean? Next time, don't do it again because you know already it's not good. But if you already know something is good and you're really sincere and pray for it with full length, you know, and never change your mind about that desire, then it will come true. But sometimes it takes time, you know, because it's sometimes when something you desire involves a lot of other people, then you have to wait until their mind get through your message and tune in with your desire and all that, and they might not even tune in that quickly, and they might not even tune in at all. Depends on how strong you are to be able to even maneuver other people's mind into you to suit your desire. See what I mean? So sometimes desire comes too quickly, sometimes it's come slowly, because it depends on how large is the scale and how many people involved and what the circumstance in which your desire will be fulfilled. For example, you sit here and desire that the communists in China will be kaput. I wouldn't advise you that it will come tomorrow. So don't teach yourself. That's the thing it is, see what I mean? Yeah? But if you have a girlfriend, she really loves you and you desire that you marry her and that should be okay, and then you just take some time for her to digest the same idea, you know, and have the same desire with you, then it will quickly, because it involves only two persons, and already in almost same direction, see what I mean? That's why group involvement, group consciousness work wonder. That's why when people pray together in a big group, even if they're not one in practitioner, they join mind, they join sincerity, it works. Because if everybody wants the same thing at the same time, it's bound to work. When Jesus said, when two or more sit together in my name, I will be with them. That's what he means too. When two persons agree upon one thing, or more persons agree upon one thing, it will come true definitely like that. If they were both in the same mind, same sincerity, same one, it will come true. But it takes some time. See what I mean? Some things take some time. If you desire to have a cake, I don't think you should pray or anything. Go to the shop, see if you have it. And it's quick.
Thank you. My second question is, I'm reading a book right now. It's called Xu San Da Shi. There are some sentences in it say if people practice a lot, if it's very high level, it's supposed to be both spiritually and physically be lasting forever, to be perfect.
Indestructible.
Right. Is that correct sentences?
Correct.
So those people will not die forever.
But what for they live so long? I mean, in the physical body. Can. But it will be the same to them. See what I mean? You won't be able to see the physical body. The physical body transformed also. And they can stay in the physical body or they can go in a non-physical dimension. They have a choice. But it should not be a desire of any practitioner. We desire nothing. Okay? Whatever comes, comes. That's the best. You have physical body, fine. You don't have physical body, fine. What for we want a physical body or not want a physical body to take with us? See what I mean? You still want to take your lazy body with you? Can't.
Okay, my last question is, when I met the Guan Yin, kind of like if I want to listen to some sound, it's kind of like a physical sound, like not exactly like a spiritual sound. But if I turn to like spiritual feeling of the sound, something I'm afraid it's just the imagination of myself. So it's very hard for me to distinguish if it's physical sound or if it's a spiritual sound.
Don't imagine anything. It comes alone. Whatever comes alone, that is spiritual. Whatever you imagine, that's we call Guanxiang. Imagination. Okay, imagination helps too. It's okay also. But why imagine when it comes already? You already have it in your pocket some money and you sit there and imagine that you have money. It's a crazy idea. Just spend it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You can ask as many questions as you want. There's no last. Anyone?
Kính thưa sư phụ, con xin kể lại một cái sự việc mà khi con vừa thọ tâm ấn một vài tuần lễ.
Dài thòn phải không?
Dạ không dài, sư phụ có nhiều lắm, nhưng mà con kể đại khái một cái mà sư phụ đã nói là con người ta có cái sự ngoại linh nó nhập vào con người của mình, và chính con là đã chứng kiến cái vấn đề đó, và sư phụ là người đã giúp con sau khi con thọ pháp khoảng 2 tuần lễ.
Không phải người nào cũng bị ngoại linh nhập như ông vậy đâu.
Dạ, phải vậy con mới nói là để cho quý vị đồng tu rõ. Từ đó giờ 5 năm nay con gói ở trong lòng hôm nay xin nói ra để sư phụ rõ là bữa đó con mới 2 tuần lễ thọ pháp, thì mới 2 tuần lễ thôi, thì bữa đó con đang nằm 7-8 giờ tối đó, thì tự nhiên cái nghe nó chấm đi nghe, cái thì bên này á cái con á thì một số người kéo, bên tay phải con á thì một số người kéo, rồi cái chấm đi nè, cái thì con thấy ở sư phụ ở đằng kia, sư phụ con vừa hả họng cắn cái phía bên tay phải, là mấy cái người mà lôi con bên tay phải cũng kéo vô tính cắn, thì vừa hả họng ra thì đằng kia sư phụ rút lại một cái ấn, như là ở trong hình Quan Công mà để thấy Quan Công mà Quan Bình ôm một cái ấn của Quan Công gì đó, nhưng mà cái ấn của sư phụ á, thì rõ ràng là cái chữ Phật, cái chàm dàm vô cái họng con cái nó không ra được, cái nó xuống sư phụ, nó xuống cái giò con này, nó xuống cái giò đó, con lúc đó con nằm cái giò dịnh lên chứ không phải xuôi xuống, nó tới cái đầu gối còn hất cái nó văng ra thì rõ ràng nó văng ra, con biết gì đó. Thành thử ra bữa nay con xin cái ngoại linh đó sư phụ,
Mình đá nó là con cái,
nó văng ra.
ghê văng ra là hả?
Dạ, mà lúc đó con cảm nhận mình nó đứng ở ngoài nó hậm hực lắm, và nó tức lắm. Thành thử ra ở đây con cũng xin nói lên là cái vấn đề ngoại linh mà sư phụ đã dạy đó là cái sự thật, chính con đã
Thì đó là extraterrestrial. Đi coi cái phim đó không? Hả? Một cái già mình có nhiều cái tay á, chắc giống cỡ bác vậy đó. Đi đâu mà lạng quạng gặp extraterrestrial như vậy? Bây giờ đi mất rồi phải không?
Dạ, nó đi mất rồi.
5 năm rồi goodbye là.
Dạ,
thôi chuyện cũ bỏ qua, nói xấu người ta thường nghiệp.
Dạ.
Ok.
Và cái còn câu hỏi thứ hai con xin hỏi sư phụ giải đáp dùm là thí dụ như mình xuống đây cái kiếp thứ hai, thứ ba thì mình tạo nghiệp cho nên mình bị luân hồi quả báo, mình xuống những cái chỗ sâu thẳm. Còn con thắc mắc là tại sao khi cái nguyên thủy từ ở trên kia mình xuống, tại sao mình phải làm đất đá và cỏ cây? Thưa sư phụ giải đáp giùm con. Dạ, cái thời nguyên cái đầu tiên mình xuống đây đó sư phụ, mình đâu có tạo nghiệp tạo gì mà mình phải làm đất đá cỏ cây.
Tại mình muốn làm.
Có phải chăng là ở trên đó mình được chỉ định hay là mình bốc thăm thôi sư phụ?
Chắc cỡ bốc thăm đó. Bốc thăm đó, bốc trúng nó mấy cái ngoại linh đó. Vậy là đánh đội.
Cảm ơn sư phụ.
Ở trên đó mình đâu có cần đâu. Cái lúc mình ở trên kia mình làm Phật làm trời đó, mình đâu có một cái cảm giác cái bằng phân biệt gì. Mình làm đá thì làm đá, mình làm đất làm đất, mình làm con gì thì làm con đấy, mình làm cây làm cây, mình không cần muốn sợ gì cả. Tại mình xuống rồi làm rồi mới sợ. Tại cái lúc đó mình quên mình là ai rồi, mình phải làm cây thiệt. Chứ con làm cây mà còn biết mình là Chúa thì thôi dẹp luôn, phải không? Nó không vui nữa. Đó. Tại vì như thế này bác biết không? Ví dụ như bác lên đóng phim hả? Đó. Cái lúc bác đóng phim bác đâu có còn, lúc đó bác đâu có nhớ được bác là Robert Redford được nữa. Bác phải nhớ bác là tổng thống của Hoa Kỳ, ví dụ vậy đó, hiểu không? Ví dụ như mấy cái phim của tổng thống Hoa Kỳ đó, mấy cái người bắt cóc ổng đó, hỏi ổng là ai, ổng là đứng đó, ổng nói tôi Robert Redford mà anh không biết hả? Thấy chưa? Anh nói I am the president of the United States. Because at that time he is. Lúc đó anh chàng là tổng thống, anh feeling như vậy đó. Cái lúc họ đóng phim rồi giống y như thật, họ nghĩ y như vậy, họ mới làm được nó mới giống như vậy. Lúc đó họ hoàn toàn quên mất họ là Elizabeth Taylor hay là Redford hay là Clint Eastwood, whatever you name, hả? Phải quên hết mới thành một cái mới đóng thành một cái xuất thành cái vai của họ được, có hiểu chưa? Thì giống như mình vậy đó. Bây giờ mình xuống đây mình đóng cái vai gì mình cũng dốt y cái vai đó, nó mới vui chưa? Mới có khổ rồi, nó khóc lóc rồi tùm lum mới chứ vui chứ, người nào cũng cười hoài cái chuyện gì làm, thấy bác hả? Rồi nếu như không có ai làm đất làm đá làm sao phải xây nhà xây cửa gì bác bảo đây, hả? Không có đất đá mình sao xây nhà nữa? Rồi mình đi đâu đi trên heo trên không á hả? Không có đất làm gì? Quá đất cũng là một nhân vật vĩ đại của vũ trụ, biết không? Quá đất cũng là một being, không phải chết đâu. Còn nhưng mà mỗi người là một cái role khác nhau vậy đó, cho nó vui hết đó ha. Chứ không có người làm cây thì mình cũng mệt lắm á, khô khan quá chịu nổi. Neo Bodhisattva, em bác có đọc kinh Phật có biết không? Có nhiều vị Bồ Tát hiện ra làm sông, làm núi, làm cây, làm cối đặng cho sự phụng chúng sanh á, vậy đó, chịu lắm à. Cái đó tại vì cái lúc bác ở trên kia bác không có sợ bác làm cái gì cả, biểu là gì làm thì cũng được hết á. Để mình là trời là Phật mình còn sợ làm gì? Phải không bác? Mình rất là dũng cảm, mình rất là tự tin. Không tại mình xuống mình làm hòn đá rồi lúc đó mà hết tự tin. Này, kiểu đó là thôi ha, ok. Lúc đó là nhưng mà mai mốt mình cũng trở về làm trời làm Phật như thường. Hả? I'm not in a very talkative mood because I talk to all the people outside all the time privately about junk things. So if you don't have any questions, then I don't talk, all right? I did meditate with you, yeah, okay. Maybe we do it again in a minute, all right? Scared. Whenever I walk in, I'm so scared. Everybody, you know, you're supposed to be in samadhi, you know, ear, eyes open, immediately. Scary because if you're going to clap like this, everybody wakes up, you know. So I have to come in like a thief. So I will meditate with you again, huh? If I'm here. Maybe because Chloe is cooking some pho, he tried to seduce me to stay. Maybe because of that. Was the food okay? Yeah. You had enough? Yeah. Because some extra people came, you still have enough food? Anybody get hungry? No. Really? Anyhow, if you so, then diet, you know? Cost no money. Huh? Because if you want to go on diet, you know, you pay a lot of money, right? To the doctor. But if you want to go on diet, don't go to the center because food here is good. Is it not good? Good, huh? So you're happy, huh? I don't blame you if you come here every week. I also like to come every week if I stay here. But you do nothing. You just sit there, you know, and you eat and you sleep. Very free, huh? You're already liberated. Anytime your friends, huh, you can talk about your problems. Huh? Once you talk about your problem with somebody, it's almost gone, huh? Then you're clear. But mostly you don't have to talk about your problem. If you understand each other good, you know. You don't need to ask people, except the one that concerns you. You know what I mean? For example, if you have a problem with your wife, the only one you should talk to is your wife. Yeah, because you concern both of you. You are the both that know most about how you feel and why things happen between each other. Huh? It sometimes don't help much to talk to the third person. You talk to your partner, the one concerned, huh? Or your son or your mother, whatever, and then you meditate. After you talk it over, you know, both understand each other is clear. Because sometimes if you talk to another person, you carry your own personal judgment with it, you know? And of course you want to let the listener know that you are right. You want him or her to sanction your idea about this problem. And that's not always very objective. And it sometimes adds more problem to you. The best person to trust is yourself. And your, you know, whoever concerned the partner. If you can talk to him or her, do that. If not, it's better not to spread around. Because the person who listens to you don't know anything about both of you. Just listen to one side, you know, and sometimes very judgmental and make your problem bigger. It don't serve your purpose. You're supposed to solve it, not to make it bigger. Really. Most of the time when you talk to other people, the problem becomes bigger. Huh? It's most of the time like that, even though good intention. And most people don't like to hear things when you're unhappy. Okay? Most people are unsympathetic. So they have their own problem. And when they hear you are happy, they also don't like it because they are not happy. Why shouldn't you be happy, you know? And then it comes from jealousy. You know, ill wishes sometimes to your happiness and dampen your spirit. So we try to keep it to ourselves. Okay? Would be the best. Because it's mostly not fair to talk about anybody behind his or her back, whether it's true or not true. Most of the negative things are not true. Even if you believe it was true at that time, after a while you spoke about it and you think about it, you find out it's not true. It's not the real cause and it's not the real right opinion. See what I mean? And then if you already spoke to somebody else, bad thing about somebody, then it would be difficult to take it back. See what I mean? You already blackened the person's name or damaged his reputation. And then we feel sorry and then we broke the friendship. Also sometimes very unnecessarily. It's better to speak. So a lot of time we misunderstand. Really we do. The mind, is not we. It's the mind trick us. You know why? Because sometimes we encounter that situation before, and it happened like that. And the next time we encounter the same situation but in a different different background or different person. But you, because we have experienced similar before, and we judge this situation, this person exactly the same. So it's never correct. Most of the time not correct. And the incorrect thing already, and we talk again to another person, make it double incorrect. And very difficult to correct it later. See what I mean? Very difficult. The karma, the mind make us think sometimes not straight. Do you talk a lot about problems here? Better not. Better not. Because this is a public place, really. We don't have the right to bring garbage, poison, spread around here. People come here for refuge. Yeah? So this is not a place for talking negative things. We're so proud you do it yourself. You're at home. You are all masters. You are all Buddha. There's nothing you cannot do. And if you cannot, too bad. I have a lot of things I also cannot do. Then I don't. If I can, then I talk about it. I do. If I cannot, I just forget it. You don't have to always have to solve every problem in this world to feel good. You don't have to always be the smartest person in this world to feel that you're okay. We are not born to solve all the problems in this world, either personal or impersonal. See what I mean? It's not our purpose. Our purpose here is to enjoy ourselves, to know who we are, to know what we want to be. We want to be a noble person, very loving, very tolerant, very wise. See what I mean? We want to prove that. We want to prove to ourselves that we're God. We can be God-like. We can be that super being. Okay, that's our purpose. So to know ourselves. Everything else is just by the way. And most of the trouble we cause for ourselves. You know what I mean? A lot. What's wrong? No. Just brush your head. So good meditation not bad, And retreat not bad, I'm very proud of my idea. A lot of people, sometimes they go like spiritual shopping, you know that? They do, Well, I did before. I don't mean anything bad about that, Well, just go around, then you make sure that you come back, it's better. Go anywhere you want and compare, Yeah, maybe other master a bigger bear, and stronger. But here we stronger group, we sleep stronger, and free, See, if I don't emphasize group meditation, it's even better for me. Really. That's why other master, or if any master at all, if they are really master, they don't go around so much. Because nobody sit there in thousands and say, oh, master, please stop. 1 month, half year, 3 days, 4 hours already. You didn't come. Yeah? And here, every time you group together, whatever you want comes, you know? So you group together and you want the same thing. Even last time when I wasn't sick and you sit here saying, oh, Master, please get well. So I had to get sick first in order to get well. I was wondering why suddenly I have to get sick like this. It's not supposed to be, you know, it's not written in my destiny. And then I asked God, well, what is that? Well, I have no idea, you're your disciple. They pray to me that you get well. So I have to make you sick in order to get you well. See that? See that? Don't ever do that kind of stupid things again, huh? It's not fun to get sick, huh? Just to fulfill your strong power. Huh? So some people do go shopping like that, and they say, oh, Master, all the teacher teach the same method. They don't tell us to do group meditation, nothing. You know, and don't even say about 5 precepts. I said, then go there. And you lost your sleep, weekly sleep, you know. And you lost your good food, you know, from the kitchen. Lost Corey's fur, you know, and again, lose everything. And then after all, you know, he's fed up with Gagaria. It's difficult to digest, you know, the curry. You know, he's fed up with curry rice, you know, whatever. And then too hot and too indigestible, and after a couple of diarrhea sessions, he come back. It's safer, more hygienic. In India, they don't put gloves and masks to cook for you. Huh? Sometimes the people in the kitchen, their finger, you know, they don't put pink like me, it's black in the middle. It's a different fashion. It's hot and, you know, and just enjoy it. There are a few beans, you know. Yeah, and then just shake it around. It's vegetarian, but it's okay. Every small eyes is a you know, no problem. So after a while like that, you know, we just come back to our hygienic cooking at least, huh? And then weekly sleeping session is very healthy for you, you know? So actually I have never scolded you severely for sleeping during your samadhi. It's okay, it's okay. What can I do if you're tired? Huh? Your body knows how to adjust, and since you're sitting like this, you can't sleep too long anyhow. And even if you put your hand on the shoulder of the neighbor, he will soon give you some, you know, upliftment, you know? And maybe that's good for him too, because maybe he was just doing something else. Instead of reciting the 5 names, he's making noise. You know, it's very familiar, you know, sound. And then, so if you just kind of knock your head on his shoulder, then both of you wake up. So it's very convenient. It's an automatic system. Yeah? So I never worry that you sleep here. Because, you know, in front of you there are people, behind you there's people, left, right, people. If you put me to anywhere, both of you will wake up. so there's no problem, huh? I don't need to spend my energy and time going with a big, long, like Zen board, and bang you on your shoulder and scare everybody. Steve, no need. You see, these two Hubari, he's just there for decoration. He's doing nothing. And meanwhile, sometimes, you know, just join the group, yeah? Group meditation. Yeah, so you see, our group is very relaxed because everything is automatic. Yeah? The master also don't need to be there to watch over whoever sleep or not. You know, I used to go to a Zen meditation before, and also I do all kind of shopping before I got the real stuff. So, the master go around, long sleeve robe, black, shaven hand, walking like this. That long, bigger than my arm. Take it like that. Carry that. He's serious. He's monk. And he's no nonsense with you. And if you just knock a little bit like this, maybe not even 45 degrees yet, he's already there on your shoulder. He's just waiting for that. That's why most of the so-called monk, Zen monk master, they don't have a lot of students. Everyone was scared. After a few sticks, go, wow, what do you mean now? The newcomer, first time. So funny. And some other people, like the master just hit the navel. I had not hit him yet, and he fainted already. Oh, it's so funny. So in most of the Zen, retreat, the master never accept more than maybe, the most would be 50 feet. Because he's tired, he can't just go around. The stick is long and heavy, And he had to carry him, walk around like that for 7 days, can you believe it? But the master also clever, he delegates. He delegates to, whoever sleeps the most, he'll give him the stick. And then that one has to walk, like, carry the cross or something like that. And then he cannot sleep. And that's the trick. But here we don't have to. We just hit each other by, by chance. So you see, I'm very clever master. Huh? Yeah, everything here is tip-top, except you. And you sleep, it's tip-top, 5-star. You make every of our meditation center become 5-star hotel. So you sleep anywhere. You know what it means, 5-star hotel? It's the best hotel, best service, and then you can sleep the best. So if you can sleep in here like that, then it's a 5-star, okay? And best service also, huh? Because you serve each other, by just, sometimes not around, then everybody wakes up. And then back to meditating. You know why most masters make you sit cross-legged like that? Or sit on the floor? So in case, you don't hurt yourself. You don't fall too far. And also you when you sit like that, you don't sleep comfortably too long. See? You might do it, but not too long. Then you wake up and meditate again. But if I provide you a meditation center with double bed, king size, and then what will you think? Huh? The whole meditation all become, music hall. All kind of tune will be playing. Yeah. So this is a super hotel. We don't need bed to sleep. Huh? And the reason why you sit together like this, near, so that you can wake each other up as well. So you mean everything already thought of, see? How clever Master Ching had. I'm just kidding, I believe that. Anybody can think of such things. So after a lot of our disciples sometimes go shopping around, and bargain with other sort of master or teacher who teaches them method, and they get bored, and then you come back here and sleep together, habit, and then eat the hygienic food, and everything like that. So the last thing you have to do is just to keep this place tidy, the way it is, and then tidy up all the things, and move all the trailer to the other side, lower place. For whatever purpose, just move it there. You know why? Because our meditation center is lower than all this rubbish. And it makes you feel pressure. Today I just told somebody, if you move all this away, you have more luck. You know why? Because then you will feel more spacious, And you go out, you don't feel like it's some pressure. This is not good feng shui, yeah? Yeah, because you put the garbage thing on top of your roof, blocking all the view and make you feel narrow, huh? Pressure in between two blocks. It's not necessary like that. Yeah? And when you walk out of the meditation center, the first thing you see is toilet above your head. And you just don't feel good about it, see? And this is psychological feeling. When you don't feel good, you feel heavy, huh? And then you attract those heavy kind of atmosphere that come to you. And then become relaxed, see? And if you feel good, if you're happy, relaxed, then you attract this, you attract or you will create this kind of lively atmosphere and then very happy, huh? Then you attract more happiness, more liveliness, and more kind of light-hearted feeling, and then luck comes. That's what we call good luck. See? And luck and bad luck we make ourselves. And there's nothing superstitious about what I say that when you move that, you have more good luck. Okay? Understand now? Yeah. Same principle in your health. Or feng shui, anything like that. There's no superstition. You see, feng shui is something like the old science. Yeah? Like if you build a house, especially in the old time, it's even more important. In old time, sometimes you build a house on top of some undercurrent water and you don't even know. And then after a while, your house capsized, collapsed. That is no good, see? So some people, they have to go and see and measure with whatever possible they can to see if there's underneath there's something dangerous for you. Or sometimes underneath there's some mine, iron mine or something like that, which affect your magnetic field. See what I mean? Like, magnetic, there's some magnetic iron underneath sometimes, and then if you sleep, you just... and you sleep like this, and then 5 minutes later you become like just like the needle attracted by the magnetic iron, that? And then later on, like this. Yeah, then there's no good feng shui, see? The feng shui is also a science. It is not superstition if you know about it. It's not like you put the house that way and God protect you, and you put the house that way and God will protect you. God is not that way, this way. God is everywhere. And for example, also, like if you your house, the house, the door moved to the south, the door facing the south. This is good. Everybody knows that. Why is it good? Because the south is more light, representing light. So most people, when they sleep, if they face the south, it's good for their health. Things like that, So that is one of the feng shui. It just probably coincided with the movement of the universe, when it's moved together in harmonious, then it brings more health. And then when you're more healthy, you're more happy. And when you're more happy, you attract more luck. Things like that. See me? So the old time people, they emphasize more feng shui because they don't have much more equipment to solidify their basement or things like that, like in modern times. Things like equipment. So they have to rely on those people. Either they have third eye psychic power open and they can see underneath water, or they have some kind of psychic ability within themselves that they can sense, like something underneath of the house is not good for the owner if it's built on top of it, without protective layer before the basement. Something like that, just do something. This is nothing like bùa chú nói rằng voodoo, yeah, no need, time to do something, just to neutralize the force of the nature, and then bless this house. It's okay. If you believe in that, it's good for you. Maybe find a good one. Okay? Otherwise, I can also become feng shui master. Just hula hula. 5 minutes. Meditate. For example, or if the wind, north wind, the cold wind, the bad wind, always blow this way, and you face your house this way, then of course you're about to catch a bad cold a lot of times. Whenever you open your door, or the wind comes through the creek, the gap, Okay? Dog biết? Hả? Phải không? Nói dùm đi, tôi quên tiếng Anh mà. Huh? The dog quack? Yeah. Yeah, the dog quack. And then it gives you sometimes piercing point kind of headache. Huh? Okay, if you face that way to sleep or face that way to drink tea all the time, huh? And then if you close the door, then you have some piercing kind of crack like sharp wind coming to you. Huh? And if you open the door, then the bad wind come in, and bring with it all kind of course, disaster. Huh? Bad for you, bad for your health. And that is bad feng shui. See what I mean? Feng means wind, shui means water. In the old time, wind and water, very important to the people. Before we have tap water or any kind of thing like this, you have a house, you must have water nearby. Yeah? So you have to ask a person who knows feng shui. He can sense the water where, or you have some instrument, crude one, in the old time. Or you have psychic ability. You tell you, okay, here you can build a house this way, and then you dig a well that way, you have water. Huh? And you face the house that way because feng will come this way. Good for you. So in feng shui like that. Just the position of the house in accordance with the harmony with nature. See, for feng shui. Similarly, this is bad feng shui, what you do all these years. I suppose all of you here have a lot of voodoo master, and know feng shui and all that. A lot of Chinese here study Ching and all that for years before I was even born. And study feng shui and all that, all the web kind of sign. And I still don't do nothing about it. Even I don't study any feng shui. I know it's no good. You just don't feel good, that's all. See? The good feeling is not there. You feel a little pressure when you come in and come out this quick or that? No, huh? You don't. You always close your eyes and meditate. And leave everything else to master. Yes. That's why I have to do it all the time. I have to clean the kitchen for you and get mad, and now I have to clear them off, okay? And plant some crawling kind of plant, maybe beans or something, and you can harvest it and also cover the fence or cut the fence into level, or change it into kind of see-through fence. And if you don't want people to see it, it's fine also. But paint it in green or something together, not different color, very contrasting, and it's very disturbing to the eyes, to your eyes. Not to talk about artistic wise, you see? Whatever disturbing to your harmonious sense of beauty, then it's no good. It's no good feng shui. And you meditate here and everything garbage and for everything on top of you. When you come out, you feel, sense of pressure. Huh? After you remove that, you feel more spacious. You feel more relaxed. And if you don't worry about neighbor look, then you just do some kind of symbolic fence, that you can see through, or plant trees, like the other side. I know it takes a lot of work, but it is worth it, Once it's done, forever. So please work a little harder together and don't fight so much between each other and make a lot of disharmony and create trouble for your own center. And in consequence, affect your own spiritual practice as well as health and happiness at home. You see, when you're working together in the center, you're working for yourself. Don't forget that. It's not for him, not for the contact person, or not for the residents. Don't always rely on the resident. That's only a few women, old one, 70 years old. And I asked if she has a boyfriend. He said yes. 90 years old. In Paris. What can I do with that? See what I mean? For example, you have to work together, Find the time and schedule yourself. For example, you say, I'm sorry, but next week I cannot come, so join the next week group. See? Space yourself out, give yourself time, give yourself convenience, but do something, because it's for you. See? Every week you come here, and you come often, and sometimes you sit here 2 or 3 days, a week or something. your well-being should be taken into consideration and making the surrounding harmonious, beautiful. You are doing it well. You plant a lot of trees, and I know that took a lot of effort. And sometimes you say to me like, you plant a lot of trees, but then they die. And I say, what? Nobody came and watered. Of course, if nobody can water in the beginning, when the roots has not taken deep seed into the soil, then it dies. What you can do is very easy. So many people here. So you turn even 2-3 person a month. You see, it still takes a long time before your turn. You have to come here every day. A few people just to take care of new plants or new grass, whatever you plant, because you put a lot of effort to plant something, and if you don't take care of it, it dies. Yeah, you waste money, you waste time, and you don't have anything, and then you get bored. So you keep planting and you don't have anything, you feel bored. Okay? You can plant more fruit trees over there too. A fruit tree is a little bit far away from the meditation center or the children playing area, because sometimes if you have fruit, if the fly or bees come, it might attract the children too. So think about it, if you want to attract these flies. You can plant trees too, huh? If they don't attract flies so much, it's okay. And plant them, they also have shadow, also green, and they have fruit. Yeah? Whatever you plant, also fine. Even just green trees, okay. So around here, this is the only place that has some trees, huh? Isn't that good? I think the government should give you 5-star award. Instead of making trouble. Because laws are only to punish people who do bad, right? And who damage the environment. But who takes care, who really care, and who make more beautiful, then we should reward them. Is that not so? Law should not be rigid. Law for people, not people for the law. And we are very law-abiding citizens here, and we make everything beautiful. So even whatever government, they should consider, if they're wise. That's just a talking. Don't expect anything from the government. All right? We don't need, we survive so far by our own. It's okay. See, so whatever you do here or anywhere, eventually the benefit will come to you. Whatever we do good to people, we think good about people, the benefit eventually is ours. See? That's why I beg you to think positive, speak positive, and do positive things. Because that's the only thing we should do. If you want any good out of this life, to balance, to make our life better than before. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Remember that, okay? If your mind is filthy, dirty, and you think everything filthy, dirty, even sex becomes dirty to you. You understand what I mean? But it's a gift from God. If it's no good, God didn't make it. Huh? But it must go with love. If you love somebody, that is a kind of celebration of the love between you. If you want to celebrate that way, you want to express that way, but don't think anything dirty about it. Don't try to abuse people just for the sense of pure, control or possessiveness, and then abuse the gift of sexual pleasure from God. See what I mean? If two people, they love each other or they marry each other, now nothing is your business. You understand what I mean? And if you are married each other, love each other, nothing is anybody else's business. You can make love to each other or don't make love to each other. It's your business. It's your entire right, and you try to express yourself. The way you choose to express yourself. See? We choose to express ourselves in many different ways. If our mind is pure, everything is pure. As long as we don't hurt anyone, as long as we have faith in God that everything God arranged is good for us, even though it doesn't look good at the moment. And for example, like some of our brothers here, he became quite practitioner, like this afternoon I asked some of the brother whether he still, his wife come back. He said, no, she left him for good. But then he has another better one. See what I mean? Of course, he had to suffer a little meanwhile. Sometimes we think it's bad for us, but it's not. I told you, if God takes something away from us, God gives something. And we have to have enough mind power, wisdom, and the openness of the heart to appreciate when He gives us something new, to experiment with, to have new adventure, new challenge, new power of creation, creativity. Feel it? Don't just sit there and soak. Oh, my last one was better. It might not be better. She might not even like you. Maybe you feel it's better because of the past. Every time, everything we think about the past, we cheat ourselves. We think the past is good. I tell you truthfully, live in the present is the best. Because the present is all we have. Even the past is beautiful. Even if it's truly beautiful. Even if your mind don't cheat you and thinking the past is beautiful, you know, like your wife passed better or your past lover better, even that. It's the past. We don't have it, right? Cleopatra is gone. So you might as well satisfy with Mrs. X, you know, that you married to. Huh? No? And so most of trouble in our life, we make ourselves, we imagine a lot of garbage because we have preconceived ideas about how the situation is and how it should be because of our past experience. And then we just fix our idea of that and demand that things happen the way it was or the way we think it should be. And then we make our life miserable. If we just open to new challenge, you know, and receive God's gift every moment, anything with new curiosity and new enthusiasm, and work together with whoever that is next to you to bring happiness to each other. And everyone is angel. Every moment is paradise. But we have too much garbage. And if you do have garbage and check up yourself, throw them out, don't bring it to the center and share it with people. We like to share food, love, enlightenment, but not garbage. Yeah? Every time you bring any garbage in this center, you're doing yourself great disservice. Not to talk about all your brothers and sisters here. This is a place where you should come to feel love, blessing, togetherness, everything that is positive. Because you maybe not have that at home already. You have enough quarrel at home, you have enough negative thinking at home, you have enough bad thought about people at home, you have a lot of suspicion at home. You know, when you come here, even if you have that, you pray to the Master, pray to God in the power to cleanse it for you. Let's even to bring that and share it with people. Don't you bring your garbage and share it with your, neighbor or whatever at home? No. If you share spring rolls, right? Or hot roll, huh? Garbage should stay where it belongs. As fast as possible, you throw it away, huh? Never share it with people. It's no good. Why you share? Most of the things we talk or we think about is not true anyhow, I tell you. Because you don't know how karma works. You just see the surface of things. Like this guy treat this guy bad. But you don't know last time he treated him worse. Worse even, huh? I told you so many thousands of stories to demonstrate, teach you. You must learn it. You must digest it and put it into practice. Don't listen here and go out there. Don't just sit there like an idiot. And don't think. Huh? Don't better yourself. Clean yourself before you clean anybody else. I tell you my life. I don't say I'm perfect or anything. But I face myself every day without shame. I have nothing to tell you. I cannot tell you. Nothing I cannot tell you. Okay? So make your life like that. It's more comfortable for yourself. There's no need to poke into neighbor's business and even share that garbage, negative, sometimes mostly untruthful information and dragging each other down. What's the use? Suppose really that person is bad. Okay, you go sit, you talk to that man, say, oh, he's really bad. And both of you agree he's bad. So what's good for you? Huh? It makes both of you better? Yeah, you share the garbage that he has, even if he's bad. Do you know what I mean? Huh? Suppose the neighbor have a lot of garbage, and both of you go to that garbage can and say, look here, this neighbor, these are full of garbage. Let's both take and examine it, Well, what is it good for you? Then you take the neighbor's garbage to your house and examine it. And that's all there is. And you know that from beginning already, you don't even need to examine this garbage. Right? And it belongs to the neighbor. Huh? You already know. You don't even have to talk about it. You don't have to discuss about it. It is so plain, simple that it's garbage. So leave it where it is. No? Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Why? Yeah, why? You know, it's a garbage can, it's full of garbage. You still poke your nose in it, dig your hand in it, smell it, and smell it. Oh, it's really garbage, isn't it? Yeah, why? Isn't that stupid? If any man do that, do you think he's stupid? Yeah. But you do that all the time. Don't laugh. Isn't that true? Sometimes you dig also in my garbage. I told you I have a lot of garbage. I never cheated you, did I? Did I ever tell you I don't have garbage? I have. Everything you have, I have. I collect them so that you clean. Okay? I collect them so that your house smells nice. Don't criticize my garbage if I even have them. Don't smell them. Let me take care of them, huh? I take care of them in my time. I've done them where they belong. I destroy them. So that you clean, beautiful, nice, hygienic, and healthy. Don't criticize my garbage. This is a mistake many of you make, you know? And okay, it's okay with me. But there are many things that is not okay with you. For example, you smell like garbage. Yeah? You look like a garbage because you carry them around and people know you are garbage. Yeah? You collect them. It's not your job. You see, we have a lot of garbage collectors out there on the street. You pay them because they're doing their job. Don't do their job. Now you have better job to do. Okay? Being happy that somebody else collect the garbage for you. Why you snatch it from them? And even examine see whether it's really garbage or not. It is. You know already. See me? I have never cheated you. I told you I have a lot of karma. That's why I'm often sick. I'm often in trouble for nothing. Yeah? I'm often in bad shape, bad reputation. Even the people I help turn against me. The things I do good, people use that against me. Personally also. A lot of things. A lot of little people write bad things about me which is 100% garbage. Not true at all, you know. Huh? So, you know already, I have a lot of garbage. Don't go around in me. Don't go near. Huh? Stay away. Keep clean yourself. Keep yourself clean and pure. Huh? Even if I'm full of garbage, it's okay. It's my problem. It's my job. Don't look. I never cheat you and say, I'm always okay. I'm not okay. I'm a sacrifice garbage can. Yeah, anybody can dump anything into it and I have to digest it and take care of it. It's very painful sometimes. I don't have to go through it, but I do. That's okay with me because I don't look at garbage as garbage. Now I have the way to digest it, make it into fertilizer and turn it into beautiful flowers. But you don't do that. You don't have the means to. You're not born to do it, so just stay away. Huh? And leave the garbage to me. I'll leave the garbage to your neighbor or whoever that is, okay? Keep yourself clean and pure. And that's your primal duty. And your duty is not to be born to look into neighbor's garbage or into my garbage. Is that not so? You have enough to do with your own problems. Huh? And suppose you have done everything to make yourself pure and clean, then be happy. Be happy, huh? Be happy that you are now not in war. Why criticize the people who die in a war zone, you know? Be happy that you're not there. Be happy that your hand and legs are still intact and you live in a peaceful country and you have enough money to live decent life, huh? Be happy. Don't criticize the poor people who are uneducated, who are homeless and all that. Just be happy with what you have. And don't criticize people who don't have it, even that. Huh? But we never know. Most of the things we see are not truthful. Because it's our mind who see things. Who make things not clean, who make things not pure. Because we're not pure, we're not clean. And the beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Remember that. So whenever you see somebody impure, check yourself. Whenever you see somebody bad, check yourself. Whenever you see somebody dirty, check yourself. And if you're really clean and pure, then be happy. Be proud. And walk your beautiful way. And pray for the one who's less fortunate. I'll pray for me. Okay? Well, I don't need, but you can. Yeah. There's something that's not okay with you. See what I mean? That is number one. And number two, if you bring all that garbage in the center, you damage the beauty of this holy place, where people come here, expect the best, the most uplifting blessing, so that they can carry on with their beauty, with their heavy laden burden when they go back home. See, they can deal with problems, with the garbage at their house. So they don't come here to deserve the garbage that you throw around. If ever you have poisonous thought in your mind, then pray to God, to Inner Master, to cleanse it. Don't blame it on anything else and don't believe in it. Negative thing is never true because God is not negative. How can God create anything negative? Everything negative comes from our devil mind. Everything God creates is perfect. We just make everything topsy-turvy, turn everything into bad because we are taught that way. We accept other people as our own opinion. We learn it from other books. Say this is no good, that's no good, and then we believe in it and we make it into no good. See what I mean? So be careful what you read, be careful what you take into your system and make it your own. Be careful what you believe. Whether it's really good, you have to examine it. Examine even everything I say, whether it's good for you or not, whether it's logical or not. If not, you just reject. Really. Just tell me that what I say is garbage. You have to examine everything before you take it into your own system and make it become yours. Otherwise, it will be damaging. You see? If some garbage you take, some bad system you take, and you make it into a belief and become yours and it's fixed and it's forever and you die in there, you're trapped in there. You cannot be free. The thought, the system, the conception, all this can trap people. Don't you know that? Huh? How many families unhappy because the husband, the wife believe sex is sinful. Meanwhile, they cannot have it. They're so unhappy. They inhibit each other and they make their life hell. God want you to be like that? Does God want your marriage to become hell like that? Does God want two people love each other to feel guilty, sinful all the time like that? What for? What does it serve God over there? For example, you know what I mean? All these conceptions do a lot of harm to people. I'm just citing one example, okay? Every other thing you have to examine yourself. I can't chew all the food and feed it to you. It's no good for you. But you have to be clever. You meditate. You polish your wisdom so that you can be more clever. Then you can judge yourself what good was not. But you have to examine carefully, honestly, without any judgmental attitude, without any preconceived ideas. So pure as a child. Looking as a flower as it is. Without judging, oh, this is why it's not red. It should be, pink. I like pink. I don't like red. You know what I mean? Why? Red is okay. Pink also okay. Okay or not okay is your own mind problem. Your soul don't discriminate, see? So we have to be very careful how we live our life because everything we think generates something. No? If it's negative, it generates negative atmosphere. It attracts bad luck to us, to the people around us. To everywhere we go, we bring it with us. Like if you carry a bag of poison and it's leaking. Anywhere you go, will it poison you? And will it poison anybody who come near you? Will, right? Same. Poisonous thought are more poisonous than poisonous film or any substance. Be careful what you think. If it's really no good, discard it right away. Recite the 5 names. Keep yourself centered. Purify yourself. Enjoy the blessing that God gives you every moment that you live in. Be thankful that you're healthy, you live. You have a good place to come and relax. And you have good friends like this. Huh? And you have a good friend like me. I have Everything I do for you is free, willingly and lovingly. And you always ask me, how can we repay you, Master? Don't. You don't have to repay me anything. Just clean yourself. Mind your own business. And let me do mine. Yeah, that's just very simple. Huh? Because if you keep looking at my garbage, you cannot improve. If you're looking at neighbor's garbage, you're doing yourself disservice. That's all. I don't forbid you to do that. I don't forbid you to look at the neighbor's garbage or to do anything that you like to do. But you have to think whether it's good for you or not. Every time you think negative about some people, is that comfortable for yourself? First, is that comfortable? No. You see? Already no good. Immediately. No need to believe my word. You examine. Every time you're angry about somebody, think bad about them, whether true or not. Who is the one who most uncomfortable? The first, number one. Ourselves, right? Yeah. So very simple. Very simple. It's very easy to keep ourselves in control. Just look straight inside the 5 minutes, and pray every time that the Master helps you. Huh? Help you, give you loving thought right now, or replace that with a loving one, okay? That doesn't mean sometimes you don't get angry. It is rightfully, you believe like that, to express yourself, if you really believe like that. But then you have to examine, if you're angry with that person, and tell him the reason. But you have to examine first whether it's true, whether it's logical, whether it's worth it. And if you're angry because he makes you angry with him, tell him. At least give him a chance to clarify it with you, see? Or to clear the air with you. And don't just judge that person by your own personal experience, a low level or high level of consciousness, and then fix him there, and then go talk to somebody else about him without him even knowing what you're talking about. And the third guy is even more helpless. He just sits there and listens to all garbage. They don't even know anything about it, And then maybe that third guy will talk to the fourth guy. Oh, God. Then the whole center is full of garbage. See what I mean? And sometimes you don't talk about it, but you think about it. Also no good. You better pray to God any time in that moment. Say, take away this poison from me. Or else you poison everybody around you, see? Because thought and deed and speech, they're all the same. They're all powerful. Very powerful. Especially when we have concentration. It's very tiring when sometimes the karma comes and you have to clash with somebody. In the morning you look at yourself, your face looks black. Something poisonous inside you. Release some poison, make you feel very, very tired and get old quickly. And not so fresh and young anymore. So, keep yourself pure, positive. It's best for you. Unless you can't help it, like you have to live together with a person, and that person causes trouble, or both of you misunderstanding, then you have to clear it with each other, But this is not like thinking positive about somebody who doesn't even know anything about you, who doesn't even know that you think negative about him, and maybe the thing you think is not true. You know what I mean? And even if it is true, you don't know how karma works. See what I mean? You know what God's arranged for that person or this person. For what purpose? You know nothing. So better just shut up, shut the mind, 5 names, and, think positive. Because you don't lose anything if you think positive. Every time you think negative, you lose. See what I mean? That's all. It's for yourself. It's not that I forbid you or God punish you, nothing. You see. Your life much, much more better. You always try to think positive about everybody. And if you have some problem with your close one, then sort it out with him or her alone. You have no right to talk bad about your partner, whether it's true or not, to another third person. You understand? You violate his personal, private, privileged honor. Do you understand that? And if you love that somebody, then it's really bad. You really, really, I would say, disgrace him or her by doing that. Because sometimes you misunderstand him or her also. Or even if it's true, maybe he did not intend to do that. You see, his habit or he thinks doing that good for you, but then it's not good for you because you don't like it. But you have to tell him or her alone. Because that's when you have to work with. You can't work with a third person. See what I mean? You live together like husband and wife, but work things out together. Try not to gossip about him or her. Because suppose later he or him heard that about you, your relationship will become finished. You know what I mean? He or she cannot forgive you. The trust is broken. You know what I mean? If you live together as husband and wife, you must have trust in each other. You must know you can turn to him or her in time of trouble, and he or she will protect you, will honor you, protect your honor. Not that they can sell you in any moment to anybody, and you don't even know who that is. You don't even know what they're talking about. And half the thing is just in their own head, might not be true. It's difficult, I know that, but try it. That's the only way you have to do. I mean, there's no other choice anyhow. Any other choice brings you trouble. You can try any other choice you want, but then it brings you trouble. And then you will find that this is the only choice that we have to live with. Yeah? We have to live truthfully and just take care of whatever it is, our own business. We have enough problem with ourselves, with our partner, with our children. We don't need to take care of his, of neighbors, right? Don't you think you have enough or not? Or you don't have enough? I can give you some of mine. Huh? Free. I have a lot, left over and spare, Whew. Talking about garbage. If you really love it that much, come live with me. Yeah, be my boyfriend. And then I share with you a lot. Even voluntarily. You don't even ask, I'll give it, If you live next to me, you will see it. How can you live next to a person and don't see garbage, you know what I mean? Yeah, just follow me and then you know what really garbage is. And sometimes you will suffer too. You wish to know what suffering is. So be happy that you're not with me, your life peaceful and normal, Really normal life is a blessing. Don't fantasize. If you have one partner or one lover, try to work with that person. Because it's workable. In the long run it will. I know that. For example, my parents, they fought every day before. And now they're very sweet together at 80. Finally, coming better later than never. And now mình ơi tốt này. And before, Lại đây. Tại cái tại vì ông già thôi mình nói chuyện mấy người rồi. Nói chút vậy biết rồi không? Don't tell them, okay? If you go to Vietnam, don't tell them. Cut this part. No, what I mean is, I don't see any marriage as difficult as my parent was. According to my opinion, now and when I was young. And I don't see any marriage as easy. Or did you see any that I don't? Even the so-called happily ever after, You see any problem-free marriage or partnership? No, Today I eat with my teacher, the primary teacher, and he told me voluntarily that he has been observing since he was young up to now that no marriage is ever trouble-free. Because he was surprised when I know people when he was young. I know people were fighting all the time, so he kept observing and checking everybody, every couple, He has never seen one that without, rubbing and polishing. And then afterwards they're okay. Maybe it's still not okay, but then I get used to it. It gets better because you get used to it, Yeah. Just like a married couple come to Master and say, oh, Master, our marriage is so much trouble, please help us. Can you tell us that it's really, worth it, Should we continue? And Master said, don't worry, I guarantee everything will be better in the future. You will feel better soon, So the husband think, oh, how soon can that be? You say maybe 10 years, 20 years. And then the couple said, then, you mean at that time we will live happily ever after finally? And we have no more problem, no more quarrel? And the Master said, no, it's the same, it's just that you get used to it and you don't feel so bad. It's just habit, everything you get used to it and you don't feel so bad anymore. Just look at your center and see? All this, I see because I don't come often, but you come here every day, you know, you feel pressure, but so what, you know? It's always there, why shouldn't it be, you know? Well, the pressure is always there, I'm used to it already, see what I mean? So you don't see the garbage there, but for my eyes it's very disturbing, and for the guests who come first time, or a few times, it's not very ideal, okay? Same. So it doesn't matter what problem try to live with. I told you the story about Tolstoy, Leo Tolstoy, who wrote a book called War and Peace, did I not? That he has a very terrible wife. Very, very terrible. More terrible than yours, I'm sure. So one day Gandhi, visited him and said, why don't you get rid of the devil, throw her on the roof or do something. And Tolstoy said, shh, I did that last life and this life is get double worse, so don't say it anymore. Because Tolstoy was a practitioner, That's why when you read his story, almost a story about spirituality, about God, and very happy, very positive. It's very good to read him, to read his book. You try it. If you haven't, you try it. There are translations everywhere, no? Sometimes I told some from the story, remember? From his book. Or that we printed some on our magazine before. If you search back to the old magazine, you find them. So you can read more, Such thing is very good for you. I mean, not good for your soul, but for your mind. Yeah? Give you peace of mind. Because when the mind accepts something, it makes you peaceful. But the soul is always peaceful already. The soul don't need anything. It's just because the soul has to work through the mind, and the mind is a trouble cause. So if the mind accepts you and be friend with you, you are in more bliss and happiness. That's all. You have to always appease the mind. And husband and wife quarrel also because of the mind. He record all kinds of garbage information, and whenever a situation nearly the same, he put out the same stuff. And husband and wife or partner quarrel again. Almost always the same story. Yeah? Same mistake again. So even if you quarrel with each other a lot, do know that it's just the mind that makes trouble, or the karma. The karma means the things that record in the mind. See? The deeds that you've done before, the consequences, and then mind record it, and then next time they put out the same. So do love each other beyond the mind, beyond the physical contact, beyond the sex, beyond the troubles. Do you remember from his book? Or that we printed some on our magazine before. If you search back to the old magazine, you find them. So you can read more, Such thing is very good for you. I mean, not good for your soul, but for your mind. Yeah? Give you peace of mind. Because when the mind accepts something, it makes you peaceful. But the soul is always peaceful already. The soul don't need anything. It's just because the soul has to work through the mind, and the mind is a trouble cause. So if the mind accepts you and be friend with you, you are in more bliss and happiness. That's all. You have to always appease the mind. And husband and wife quarrel also because of the mind. He record all kinds of garbage information, and whenever a situation nearly the same, he put out the same stuff. And husband and wife or partner quarrel again. Almost always the same story. Yeah? Same mistake again. So even if you quarrel with each other a lot, do know that it's just the mind that makes trouble, or the karma. The karma means the things that record in the mind. See? The deeds that you've done before, the consequences, and then mind record it, and then next time they put out the same. So do love each other beyond the mind, beyond the physical contact, beyond the sex, beyond the troubles. You have to love, with the love of God, with the enduring kind of love and unconditional. Then it will last, and it will sail over troubled water. If you keep looking at trouble in your partner all the time or in yourself, then you just make the problem bigger. Try hard and work together. That doesn't mean you ignore anything that the partner annoys you, or his habit or her habit. You talk about it, Hate the habit, but not the person. Throw away the bad quality, but not throw away the person. You know what I mean? Everyone has to have something to work with. That's why we are here for. That's what is life all about. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. Eh? I myself try to be an example of it. So you yourself also try to be an example for yourself. Okay? Alright? Be happy. Good night.
Alright, never mind. That's about domestic. I hope you will discover for yourself. I think you will. I'm sure you will. That the light and sound that you have been introduced, reconnected, and reminded today, that's the best source of our blessing. The best source that answer all your prayers, because that's God Himself. That's why in the Bible it's in the beginning was the Word. The words mean the inner sound. Huh? And the Word was with God. And the Word was God. See? So the sound currents is God manifestation. That's why after we have been connected with it, and if we practice it every day, we are with God all the time, 24 hours. And every prayers will be answered. Every wish will come true. So take care that you don't wish anything bad for yourself and for other people, because whatever you wish will come true. If you sincerely want something, it will happen. So take care from today, the new one, and the old one also. Remind yourself that it's not a matter of joke now that you have become God, reunited with God. You should act like God, talk like God, and think like God. And that's how we become more and more aware of our God-like quality. And then your life will become godly, and you'll be a walking God in this planet. And wherever you go, you will bless that place. You bless the people in that place. And whomever, even animals, plants, any beings that contact you or surround you, will derive godly benefit from your daily practice. This is not a joke, and it's not that serious either. Because God is us. We are God. We came from God. Or else where you think we come from? Huh? Came from the ceiling, or even the ceiling came from God too. All the materials that we see in this world, whether living or moving or non-moving, they're all God-like. They're all from God, including ourselves, even our body. Every cell is from the body. Every hair that you carry on your head, they're all from God. It's made from God's substance. Even though sometimes it looks like material, but it is energy, condensed energy. That's why when we die, everything like return to nothing, return to empty space, because it came back to the energy source. Meanwhile, we still identify ourselves with this body, and that's okay. That's okay. Or else we cannot function in this world. If we are too much in paradise, we just want to live. So we have to do whatever there is to do in this world. Feed the body, take care of the body, give it any comfort and pleasure that it needs in order to comfort ourselves, to survive, to endure, to live in this world. After a while, we will go back to where we came from. If you like. If you still don't like, you can always come back here. It's always welcome. It's the going up that is tough. It's going down, everybody can. You can even go lower if you want. Yeah, the lower place always very welcome. It's a higher place that is difficult to climb up. And we are beginning our journey after your initiation. But you will find definitely that your life begin to take a turn for the better. And even after the convenient method, if you practice for a while, you also feel your life change much better than before. Is that not right? Yeah? Yes. And that's why you came for more. And today you have been introduced to more than before. And of course, the blessing, the happiness will be, of course, manifold more. You will enjoy a much better, smoother, peaceful life. And everything that is too difficult for you before become easier. Or the problems that you could not solve before, you can solve them from now. Much easier and quicker and more clearly. So just take time to do your meditation every day. And be careful what you eat, so that you do not contaminate yourself and make the cell, become confused and make the brain confused. And these will consequently hinder your spiritual progress. It's not that God cares what we eat, but if we poison our system by intoxicating things or impure food such as meat or animal products, then our cells, the cells of the body and the brain cells will become also contaminated and confused, and thus we are not able to think clearly, and thus we are not able to sit calmly in order to find the source of our happiness and wisdom. We have to sit calmly. Not only sit, but daily practice, daily activity will be more calm and more inward, so that we can contact with the real source of our godlike quality. And from there we take care of every daily problem and pain and make it become happiness. If we confuse our cells and brain and blood and all kind, the sentimental department will be also confused, and then we cannot think straight anymore. And when we sit in meditation, we become very restless, agitated. And even if we can sit well in meditation, our vision will be clouded with negative influence from the poisonous things that we have taken into our body. So it's not that God cares what we eat or I care what you eat, or whether you eat a little meat and then you go straight to hell. It's not true. Just that if we want to be godlike, we must take care that everything we do, everything we eat became pure, so that we become pure also. Body, speech and mind. And body, speech and what? Yeah, and mind, huh? It's true. I don't know what they gave me just now in the kitchen to eat. No, I didn't eat that much. Everything you eat here is pure vegetarian and very hygienic, because they use hand gloves and mouth mask to cook for you. So in case they even carry some bacteria or cold virus, they will not impart it to you. But when you eat outside in other restaurants, of course we cannot guarantee. But then you can recite the 5 holy names to purify the food and eat with God. Then that also minimizes a lot of infection for you. I do not care also what you eat, but whatever you eat will affect your meditation practice and your mood, your temperament, your personality, your character, your value of life. everything is hang on that also. You know, as long as we are in the material world, every material things affect us. That's why we must take care to eat the pure food, the food that is less, that has less karmic burden, that had less suffering, you know, for our sake. Because the animals, they suffer a lot. They know how to fear death, and they cling to life. And if they are forced to die prematurely for us, of course their fear, their hatred are retained in the flesh that we eat. And that's why we became also aggressive, agitated, and uncontented, and sometimes violent, like the feeling of the animal before they die. But the plants, they also have a feeling, you know, not really feeling, just reaction, but they don't have that much, you know, the lifespan also is not as long as the animal. And the fear in the plant is not so intensive. Besides, they can grow again. No? You cut one branch of the tree and it grow another 2-3 branches sometimes. So if we cut some tree, it's all right, but plant 3 more. Or we'll cut a branch, let it grow 3 more. It's okay. We don't worship nature. We use nature, but we protect also nature for our sake. Human beings must always come first. So some people are also very fanatic. They say, okay, then we don't eat plant also, because plant also have life. I say, okay, then go die. We don't worship fanatism. We do everything in how do you say, middle way, very mild manner, just the same the way we behave. For we don't meditate all day, we meditate 2.5 hours only. And whenever we discharge all our duty first, then we are peaceful and we can sit for meditate. You don't have to sit meditate 2.5 hours on stretch. Just 1 hour maybe. If you're tired, then get up. And in the morning, meditate more. Or the next time when you're not too tired, then meditate a little bit more. Then add up together, 2.5 hours or 3 hours, it's okay. But sometimes when you get together for 1 week or 2 weeks or a few days, you can meditate all day. That's also good for you. That's to compensate for those days that you miss or you don't meditate enough. So everything we have introduced to you are helpful to you, very beneficial. It's no rules and no regulations and not really precepts. They're just a noble way to live our life. Because if everyone live your life the way you do, this world is a paradise. It will be truly like that. We have a lot of war and trouble, disaster in the world because most of us don't live the beautiful way that God intends us to live. Most of us don't live the God-like quality that we have within ourselves. We bury the God quality and develop worldly quality too much, so our life very imbalanced. And everything become more materialistic, and it in turn invites disaster and competition. And through competition arise wars and conflicts internationally. So the way we walk our life is the best way, the noblest way, the way that everyone should walk. But not everyone does walk. And that is one pity factor of this world. So I'm just telling you this to remind you that the way you have chosen from today to walk your life is perfect. And so try to remind yourself to continue this way. And the all initiates also try to remember that the way you have chosen is perfect. There's no better way, no better choice to live our lives like the way we do now. Doesn't matter what other choice you make, you will suffer. So the only choice we can have is here. The way we do, the way we practice spiritual wisdom, the way we refrain from negativity, the way we control our lives, make it become noble and purposeful. There's no other choice. Even if you want to make other choice, there's no good for you. You know that. That's why you should stay. And you know you would. Even if sometimes you're weak and you feel like you want to leave, but then all the fellow practitioners will help you to stay in this way. And after all, if you don't want to stay, okay, then goodbye. We will not bother you or pester you in any kind. It's your choice, your life. You're free. You're freer than before. And you're also free to choose to live this way or to live other ways. It's whatever you like. It's fine with you. I'm just telling you that this way is the best choice that you have made. And I hope that you stay with your choice. Because it's good for us, good for the world, and an exemplary life for everyone else to follow. We cannot wait for the neighbor to do it. We do first, and then the neighbor will follow. From one person, many other person will follow. Well, it started only one with me, so you can see the example. Huh? So who knows how many other thousands lives will become more shining, more happy because of you, one individual shining example. You see, so you are very important. One person is important, 2 persons more important. The whole group is a lot important to this world. Many wars will be avoided. Many disasters will be minimized because of your spiritual energy. Since the day you get initiation, you will notice maybe even your neighborhood become better, nicer looking, and you will see some shining light around the road that you walk, around the trees, the flowers that you will enjoy, and everything will become better. And because of you, many other people will follow and enjoy the same benefit. So I also thank you for joining us for the benefit of this planet. Radiant and younger. Is that true? Yeah. Well, me too. I'm not a good example because I work a lot.